Alright, we're out at Old Bethel in the rain, Woodruff. This is a interesting little cemetery, very, very old, and there are two places for it. There's this, and then right over there behind, across the road there is another section of a lot of very, very old, a lot of wrought iron, and a lot of old Woodruff Innery names in here. Pilgrim, Drummond, Lanford. Oh, there are Lanfords. This section down here, so this top section, is basically divided by the road to drive in. And over here you can see a lot of Civil War markers. And this is one of the bad things here. A lot of these markers have toppled and are buried. I'll show you some of this here in a bit, but you can see this area right here, just a bunch of field stones, and you get things like this here. You know, the markers are there, just buried. As common for the time, you wind up seeing a lot of these, the various woodmen of the world markers. This area right here that we're getting into, Bruton graves, I'm going to point these out because someone on Find a Grave made a request. You can see here, this is Francis Bruton, and there is some of the dirt I had to dig up to get to this thing. Up here in the front, unfortunately, a lot of broken markers here. These things date back to the early 1800s, so right here at this front section, or the front of this section, again, I had to do a fair amount of digging to find some of these. They're just, they've fallen over and they're completely buried. So as we keep going up this side, again, this area, a lot of toppled markers. Not too terribly many field stones. Again, here, example of the wrought iron gates that you have around. Most of these still in good conditions. I mean, the gates are usually off or stuck open, but surprisingly good condition for these. Cox, that's another big name in here. You can see here we got a toppled marker there. As we get up here closer to the road, and who called for rain today? I don't remember that. This right here, inside this gate, and this is one of the problems here. You got a lot of these trees that have started growing, and they've done a pretty good job of cleaning them up, but that was a Calvert. I remember I was wanting to figure that one out. It's just this where people planted the trees, it's knocked a lot of them over and things of that nature. I assume they planted them. Now, back up in this area here, back close to that road, we do have a big problem with markers that have fallen over trees that have grown up and just tipped them. See one down there. And as we get in here, these two markers, there was a request on, and we kind of thought there was a sun or something here. I don't remember, but you got this picture. It might be in there. You never quite know. But lots of topples, burials, like this one right here. There's another one I had to basically dig up. It's a Drummond. You can see over there another marker that's fallen. All right, walk across the road here. There's a driveway, actually. Again, right up here by the road. Nice wrought iron. Nice wrought iron here. I actually have a fair amount of family, old family buried in here. Great grandfather, I think it is. So I was up here a couple of days ago, ran into a gentleman, asked me if I was out here much, and he was looking for Gideon graves, and there are 5 of them in here, and we got all of them. That's the reason I got out here to GPS tag. This very difficult to find somebody in if you're looking for them. Again, a couple of examples of wrought iron there. That one's coming apart a little more than the others. More here. Here, and you can see what I mean by the trees growing up around it. They've done a good job. About 2 years ago, I think, they came out here and tried to clean this area up. You'll see. Going to get to it back here in this corner in a minute. There was a lot of growth that had started taking over the cemetery, and they kind of got that cleaned up. That Edwards grave back there in the back, see that stone fencing around it. Love those old stone fences. As we start going, this is my old family plot. I gotta talk to somebody about trying to get some of these reset, and that's just a matter of time and a lot of the rain that we've had. But this right here is basically the Hannah plot of right there, Robert Patia. If I remember right, great grandfather. And you can see here, this is another example of everything growing up and kind of causing some damage. A lot of the markers right here by the driveway are over, and yeah, you wonder if that's just over time somebody, they've been hit by cars. So anyway, this is about it for this section. I do want to kind of show back here. All of this was overgrown and buried a couple of years ago. They came in, you can see where they've cut it back. It's not going to be too many years before it's growed up again. I don't think anything is lost back here. You can see there's one grave kind of back there in the woods. There is one marker that I found over here somewhere that kind of is back in the woods and face down, so no idea what that is. You can see right here, this Hance grave just got all grown up and the trees knocked it over. Now the other section we'll go to is very odd. Mainly your graves in here go up to about the 50s. 90% of what you're going to find in this area generally run from 1850 to 1950. The other section runs the gamut. I mean, from, and here's that marker. That thing's huge, and there is absolutely no way we're finding out what that is. A lot of Woodruffs. But the other section runs the gamut. I mean, you'll find people who died in the 1700s all the way up to current day. So we'll go over there and do a walkthrough over there in just a moment.